Hello.
Hello.
We're doing this again because I forgot to record. We only got 20 minutes in. Not 20 minutes. 2 seconds in. So you haven't missed much. We were talking about politics and the next
Yeah.
election. And Jordan, you were very much of the mind that Labour couldn't possibly lose.
Oh, they shouldn't lose.
No, but you could say that the Conservatives shouldn't have won all those other times. You know, every leader of the Conservative Party between I think 19 the end of between the end of the First World War and 2001 yeah 2001 became prime minister. Every single
Okay.
one. Every single person who was leader of the Conservative Party, right, from between the end of the First World War and I think about 2001 became prime minister.
William Hague
No,
is the
that's
one that didn't, or
uh,
Ian Duncan Smith, or
yeah, I can't remember. I don't think it was Ian Duncan Smith first, wasn't it? And then there was a vote of no confidence and he got kicked out and William Hague took over.
okay.
And then he was replaced by Michael something. Can't remember. But, yeah, I know you said about Boris and Truss and Sunak and everything and Brexit going to shit and all this stuff. Cost of living and everything.
See, I can get over Brexit. I can because as soon as it became apparent that we needed to that was going badly, something worse came along in the form of COVID. Right?
Mm.
Like I don't begrudge the Tories for having done a shit job of sticking to their manifesto promises over the course of you know I don't I don't begrudge it because it wasn't a manageable situation.
Well, no, it
I
was a
went
difficult situation, but I mean, I don't think they handled it well. COVID.
No, they didn't handle it well, but they were never going to be able to do what they said they were going to do before COVID.
What did they say
After
they were going to
COVID,
do before COVID that would have changed your mind?
see, I was never going to vote for them. I was never going to support them, but I won't attack them for not sticking to manifesto promises,
No,
like a lot
there's
of people will. A lot of people do. Or they said they were going to do this. They said they were going to do that. The game changed. The game changed almost immediately.
yes.
You can't hold someone to a promise that they couldn't possibly keep for through no fault of their own.
No, that's fair, but
I do try to be fair.
there's a lot of stuff you can uh, hold against them and
Oh,
should hold
absolutely.
against
What is
them.
it? 150,000 deaths?
Something like that. I used to work at the hospital. We ran out of space in the freezer for bodies. So many people were dying.
There's so many things to blame them for. We shouldn't be blaming them for something that's not actually their fault. There's so many things that are their fault.
Hmm. But, yeah, I mean, I don't like Keir Starmer. I think he stands for nothing. It's a politics by focus group, and I don't think many people find Keir Starmer inspiring. So what I don't,
No, he doesn't inspire me, but he's not. I'm not his demographic, really, am I?
no, I don't.
I think.
Well, I think his demographic is liberals rather than socialists, and what I mean by that is sort of Blair-esque voters, people who stop really caring about politics is when their team is in. You know,
Mm,
if Labour got in and did the same stuff that the Conservatives were doing, the people who voted for Keir Starmer would be praising him where they were criticising the Conservatives. The only thing that matters to them is their team gets in, and everything else is basically surface. Um,
mm.
but I don't know. I'm not very good at calling elections. I thought I thought we'd vote to remain narrowly. I didn't think Trump would win, and I thought we'd get a hung parliament in 2019 with a slight Labour majority, but that obviously didn't happen. But I don't know. I'm tempted to say that while people will be disgusted and repelled by the Tories, and they will lose a lot of their vote. I don't think Keir Starmer's going to do. I don't think people are going to be rushing to Keir Starmer either. And you know what that means?
Hung Parliament.
Very happy Lib Dems is what that means.
No, I don't think it does.
Does it
I
not?
really don't.
You don't think
No,
people are going to take the third option?
I don't think we are the third option anymore. I don't think we're a credible third option. Not since Clegg.
Well,
Which
I
is
think.
a shame because I don't disagree with what Clegg did in the grand scheme of things.
Well, I watching this 1974 election coverage, they made a very good point that one of the things that mattered to the Liberal Democrats, there was talk of a coalition. It didn't pan out that way, but there was talk of a coalition. And one of the things that mattered to the Liberals, not the Liberal Democrats, but the Liberals, was being able to show people that they could lead. And that there was a precedent, I think it might have been in the 20s or something, that either Labour or the Tories, or the Liberals, I think the Liberals, needed to show that they could lead. So they joined a coalition to prove that they could govern in order to be legitimately voted in. And I can't help but wondering whether that was, in fact it almost certainly was part of the reason Clegg joined the coalition. Because it was a layer of validity.
Yeah, it was all one massive fucking shit show. Remember back in school, 2010, literally when this election was happening, we had that thing going on at school, didn't we? About campaigning for and supporting our own parties and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And I supported the Lib Dems, and they came third. And our results were very similar to the overall results.
I think. Do you know who I supported?
Was it the Tories?
Yes.
How do you feel about that now, Ben?
Well, I grew up. Well, you know what I was like when I was a kid. I was an arsehole.
So,
I was
when you were a
supporting.
kid,
I was supporting the bad guys, essentially.
are we the bad guys?
I don't know. Let's close another hospital and find out.
Let's close another hospital under the guise of building a new one.
Yes.
But no one will notice the difference.
And then we'll stick a trailer in a field with a Red Cross symbol on it. And
oh no, can't use the Red Cross.
Oh, fuck it. That's international
Hang
law.
on.
We don't give a shit about international law.
What's one more war crime?
Yeah, but so you don't think the Lib Dems are viewed as a valid third party anymore?
I don't know if we deserve to be viewed as a valid third party anymore, Ben. The way things have gone this last decade for us, we've basically fucked up. We fucked up big time.
I mean,
I don't disagree necessarily with the decision that he made.
I absolutely get why he did it. I mean, he had the option to get into power. He had the option to be deputy prime minister and to, give the Lib Dems an opportunity to look like a party that could govern. He was probably never going to get this opportunity again. He was, Labour had lost, so he couldn't go into coalition with them.
It's not that. It's the uni fees. It's the thing that really fucked us. And I don't begrudge the decision that he made to do. I don't begrudge him choosing to do people premium over uni fees.
Right.
And that was the situation. He was told he could have one or the other. He couldn't have both. And he went with people premium, which in the long run does more good. But obviously, it wasn't what was promised. It wasn't the big ticket item that we said we were going to go for, and that's why we lost so many seats. No, maybe it's not the only reason why, but it's a big reason why we lost the youth demographic. Not the youth, but the people who had voted that were going to go to university, and suddenly they've got 9K's worth of debt instead of fuck all. But, it was such a massive dent, and again, it's why he lost his own seat.
Yes, well, I remember that.
Tim Farron fucked it for us by being religious and sticking to his religious viewpoints.
We were too intolerant of his intolerance.
Yeah, it's good in a way. I prefer that outcome to.
Didn't Vince Cable lose his seat as well in 2019?
No, I don't think he did.
I feel like he did.
No, I think he quit. I think he resigned from Parliament.
I don't know.
That was a waste. Come on, motherfuckers! Come on, motherfuckers!
Come on, you idiot!
Motherfuckers! Come on!
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't hear much conversation about the Lib Dems, and I don't watch the news because it depresses me. But I don't hear much talk of them.
Me neither, to be honest with you, and I support them. I get emails basically every week saying, "Oh, hey, you should help us out at Oakham or Rutland or
Hmm.
something."
Is Ed Davey still the leader of the Lib Dems?
I think so. For all the good it's doing us.
Yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, it's not a great time to be a liberal.
No, the 2010 was the heyday, and that's when I got
It
into it.
was, yeah, it was. Well, I mean, you say the heyday since like the days of Lloyd George, back when you
Yeah,
actually were in power and accomplished stuff. God, but I think we're better off with just two parties. I think we've far too many left-leaning or ostensibly left-leaning political parties in this country. It's part of the reason why the Tories win so often. It's not the only reason, but it's part of the reason.
I
I
want to
mean, I
direct
know.
your attention briefly. Sorry, I know we're talking, but towards this.
Yeah,
Go back. It says help above it,
I know. Let's help.
but it could go either way. I'm just
Let's be helpful, good citizens. Oh, okay, maybe not. She's dead. Too late.
okay. I didn't want to go in there and leave you behind and then get fisted by a tank or something that happens to somehow fit inside there. No, I mean, yeah, I mean, 2010 in modern history, in our lifetime,
Yes,
2010 was
certainly.
the heyday. And it's not, we're not going to see the likes of those days again for a long time, I don't think.
I mean,
Even,
even
I really don't think it's going to go well for us in the next one. Obviously, the SNP are a third party now, and they've only operated a quarter of the fucking country.
yeah,
Not even a quarter of the people.
they're not gonna do well in the next election. There's all this corruption stuff that's come out.
Alleged corruption stuff. It
Okay,
looks bad. It does
alleged
look
the
bad.
luxury motorhome and all this stuff. Nicola Sturgeon's husband's been arrested.
No, he was taken in for questioning.
Oh right,
He
all the
wasn't
reports
arrested.
I heard said he was arrested.
As far as I heard, it wasn't arrested. It was just taken in for questioning. I was taken in for questioning by the police. I wasn't arrested.
Oh God.
Not over corruption. A long list of a long charge sheet, and the corruption just happens to be one of the things. You know, it was a friendly chat.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But, I mean, wasn't that long ago that you were a really very fairly solid third party. I mean, back in the 70s, you had Jeremy Thorpe. I mean, he was a very popular politician until he went on trial for hiring an assassin to kill his boyfriend.
as you do, got to get him somehow.
And but yeah, I mean, the liberals, the Lib Dems, they've fallen from grace, haven't they?
Yeah, it's a bit shit to be honest.
See,
But you know, what are you gonna do?
it did make me depressed watching this because Harold Wilson was the leader of the Labour Party, and he was really very effective. He knew how to play the political game, but he also did a lot of really good progressive things, or facilitated them. Decriminalisation of homosexuality and abortion, equal pay, uh, you know, various other things I can't remember now. But he did lots of great things, and now we've got Keir, who's uninspiring as fuck.
My name is Keir. Now hold my beer.
Oh God, I can imagine him bloody doing a rap at the Labour Party conference. When is the next election? Oh shit, which? It's next year, isn't it? No. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
end of next year.
Gosh.
Sorry,
I think we'll
I am
get. I
always
think we'll. If the election was held today, I think we'd probably get in the Labour government.
Yeah, sadly, there's a lot of time for Labour to fuck it up.
Oh yeah, never underestimate their ability to drop the ball.
Thank you, Rochelle.
It's like
You
they
okay? Or
Did you see the Labour poster? The very
no?
controversial Labour poster that came
Oh,
out.
the Sunak one.
Yes, Rishi Sunak doesn't believe child molesters should go to prison or something like that.
Yeah, I saw a few mock-ups of it. I haven't seen the original one, the actual one. I saw
Yeah.
things like Rishi Sunak believes that if you don't pay your TV license, you should go to prison or some ridiculous, fucking stupid things. Oh no, Rishi Sunak is the kind of person that listens to music on the bus without his headphones in.
Ugh.
Stupid shit like that.
Yes, I hate people like that. But
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point.
but it just made me realise just what a he's not a very canny political operator, Keir Starmer, because that's not what you do with something like that. You don't make it an official campaign ad. You get somebody to say it loudly to put some distance between yourself, and you come out and say, "Oh no, well that's a bit too much." But you let somebody say it that you can distance yourself from. You don't put your name to a fucking ad that says it.
You don't double down either.
Well, not in those circumstances, but no, but you certainly. It's just it just wasn't very clever politicking, was it? Really?
No,
I mean, I'm a firm believer that politics is too important to play fair at. You know, there's too much at stake for us to treat it like a game of cricket. You know, you have to play dirty. It's a fight in the mud for a knife. That's what it is.
and you don't know where the knife is.
Yes, and people's lives are at stake.
I thought you already done the thing.
People's lives are at stake. You can't, you know, it's too important not to be duplicitous and cheeky and use every sly advantage you've got. Do you not agree?
Oh, absolutely. You should. You've got to do what you have to do.
Yes. And Harold Wilson was great at that. There's a great example during the miners' strike when Heath was Prime Minister. He was close to coming to an agreement with the miners to get them back to work. And Wilson found out about this, and he found out about the terms that Heath was offering, and he put an open letter in a newspaper saying to Heath, look, we need to get the miners back to work. Here's what I would do. Here's what I think you should do. You know, putting the terms in, which of course meant Heath couldn't do it because it would look like he was doing what Wilson told him to do, and it scuppered the whole thing.
Well, that is clever.
And it led to you know, the strike continued, and Heath lost the 1974 election. And that's the sort
And
of
look where
thing
we
I
are
want.
now.
I'm fine with the leaders of my party being duplicitous and, you know, morally
As long as
grey
it's not
people.
at you.
Yes.
That's
You know.
that's the thing, though, isn't it? It's hard for them to. Okay, this is going to be. You're not going to like this analogy,
Okay.
right? But it's a hard situation for you to just turn off, right? In my adult activities,
Mm-hmm.
I'm what we in the business call a switch, right? I don't know
Right.
how familiar you are with that terminology.
You top and bottom? I don't know.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That is it. It's like
No, there's.
I'm as happy to
Isn't there
spank as I am to get spanked.
Oh, right,
basically.
okay. I thought. Is there a different
And
term for that? But, oh, no, go
well,
on. Go on.
there's verse, I think, is a lot of things.
Oh, yeah, that's the chappy. Yeah, that's the one.
But when it comes to S&M stuff, it's switch is the technical one. And in my experience, it is extremely fucking difficult to stop being the thing that you are being.
Okay.
Like you slip in and you slip out, and you're stuck there until someone drags you out of it, basically. And I feel like in this sort of circumstance, being a duplicitous bastard towards the vast majority of people, but not towards the folks that support you and back you and all that kind of shit. That's the same kind of situation. You can't just turn that on and off. You either are it or you're not.
And I think, honestly, a good example of that is Lyndon Johnson, who was the president after Kennedy. And it was a great. He was he was an excellent president. He was great at making deals in the Senate. And one of the things he would do is he would have 5 people from like varying different departments, varying different. One would be a senator, one would be a representative, and there'd all be different parties and different whatever. And he'd tell them all 5 different things. He'd lie to them, and of course, because they never spoke to each other or even met each other, they all believed it and they went along with it, and that's how he got stuff done. Because they were all working towards the same goal. He just told them what he needed to tell them. But then he tried to do it with the public, and you can't really do that with the public because you're not lying to 5 people who aren't going to talk to each other. You're lying to millions who are going to go over your words and hold you to account. But he cheated in his election. He had the FBI spy or the CIA spy on his opponent. And it's a good thing he did too, because Barry Goldwater was fucking nuts. He wanted to nuke Russia.
Who doesn't want to nuke Russia? I'd do it if I had one.
Actually, that's a good question. If you had a nuke, you would be tempted to do it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You'd be like,
but you see, the thing is, I would nuke Russia, but I wouldn't nuke anywhere where there were people.
Right.
I'd do it in some isolated part where no one gives a fuck.
Oh, where's the fun in that?
Like, I'd nuke Denmark, but only because I'd be nuking Greenland.
Yes. See ya, Arkansas.
Jordan drops bomb on Denmark. Greenland defected. That would confuse the fuck out of people. Because so many people don't realise, and that's worth a headline alone. Teaching people that particular geographical fact would be worth nuking Greenland.
I would.
More like glowing Greenland, right?
Well, I'd be tempted to blackmail or threaten the world powers, but I would get a SWAT team on my ass so quick. I would be Black Ops out of existence.
That's why you do a dead man switch on your nuke, so that when they kill you,
yes, I'll
go boom.
I'll have it wired up to my heart or something, so that if I die, it goes off.
See, I'm suddenly thinking of that of Saw 3 or whichever one it is, where his heart rate is attached to that woman's shotgun shell collar, and if he dies, her head goes boom. That's what this would be like, only with a nuke and a lot more dead people. And of course, someone's going to misunderstand it as being someone would call it a false flag operation, for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. You could be well documented as someone who is threatening to do this shit.
And it would be, no, this is just something the CIA have cobbled together to gain more political power. This somehow leads to them taking our guns. I'm not sure how, but it does. Mark my words.
Patriot Act, man. The Patriot Act.
I'm still talking about politics, but have you?
Sorry.
Have you?
Can you come back over here a sec?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, carry on about the politics.
Have you realised that how little influence George W. Bush has in the choo-choo train? In the oh, look at his eyes.
I see it. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's lovely. How little influence George Bush has in the Republican Party today.
He doesn't get mentioned at all, does he?
No, and Blair doesn't either. They're not particularly popular figures.
A lot of people avoid bringing Blair into things because it's so divisive.
Yeah, it's probably...
Maybe that's why Bush isn't brought into things.
I mean, probably, yeah. I mean, he wasn't
being an idiot.
He wasn't a great president. The Iraq War was... Was that Iraq or Afghanistan when there was the disaster? I think it was
both
both in the
disaster.
long run, really. But yeah,
The withdrawal from Afghanistan was a disaster
financial crisis, and
back in '08. Yeah,
you know,
well, '07, '08. Thanks, Obama.
he was not a good president, was George Bush. Yeah.
Wow.
But he doesn't get mentioned. And Trump is now the darling of the Republican Party. It used to be Reagan. And before him, I think it was Lincoln. It just goes to show you. And you could argue Goldwater. I think, yeah.
How's your president book coming along? You finished it?
I'm at Johnson.
Okay.
So yeah, I've gotten through Kennedy. I'm at Johnson.
Oh, one of Kennedy's nephews is
Yes, he
running.
is. He's yeah. When I was reading that book, I sort of realised that I probably would not have been a Kennedy fan if I lived in the 60s.
Even though he wanted to send people to the moon.
I would have gotten behind him once he got the nomination, but I would have probably been a Hubert Humphrey supporter who was very pro civil rights, or Johnson, who was just a canny political operator.
Can you do a Kennedy impression?
No, I can't. Can you?
Not a good one.
Okay, well that answers that question.
Can you do one? Can you do a bad one?
I'm doing a bad one right now.
Oh, and you're not even trying to do a bad one. Can you try and do a bad one? And then I'll do my bad one.
No. It would be insulting to the man.
Oh yeah, because
it's not bad enough that
the
he
back
got
of a head isn't insulting.
Yes, it's not bad enough that he's got his fucking brains blown out all over the
What,
wife
by
he was
Jackie?
cheating on constantly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but I was reading that book and I realised that he's just a fucking rich kid.
Yeah, aren't I all?
I thought no, but he was like a trust fund kid. His dad just wanted a son for a president, and I just
You don't
rubbed me
get
up-
poor people in politics, not anymore, Ben. That's the problem.
Oh, you do, or you did.
Well, yeah, hence not anymore, Ben.
Well, okay, you say that, but it's not about their personal wealth. It's about the wealth people, the lobbyists. You know, they need the support of the rich. But you know, Johnson grew up poor, and various other presidents have grown up poor. But Kennedy grew up really rich, and his dad just wanted a son for president,
Get back.
and he struck me as all style and no substance. So I don't think I would have liked Kennedy very much.
You know.
And his nephew,
Thankfully, it's not something that we need to worry about anymore.
I'm pretty sure his nephew's like anti-vax. Is he the anti-vax one?
Yeah, I think he is. I am trapped in a corner with a tank. I need you to shoot it.
I am shooting it. I've shot
I'm
it.
also shooting it.
We have to shut off the reactor. It's like Chernobyl.
I'm doing it. I did it.
Kill it, 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 kill it. Thank you.
Wasn't me, but you're welcome.
That's right. There is a health kit here. You should probably have
I've just
it.
grabbed one.
Oh, okay. I'll have this one then.
Yes. Thank you for. I didn't realise that I'd walked past one, but I found another one. So I'm going to heal this one with this one.
Still recording, all good.
Lovely jubbly.
I would apologise for jumping back to my home screen, but nobody's watching this.
Can they see your home screen when you do that?
Yeah,
Oh god, please tell me you hid the porn.
most of it.
What's your desktop background?
It's the standard one. I haven't edited it.
Oh, okay.
I probably will, because I've got holiday photos, haven't I? I changed my phone background. Fuck you, Windows.
My phone background is sorry, my lock screen is my son, and my background is a selfie that my girlfriend took and sent to me. It's not even a dirty one. She's cute in it.
Well, I'm glad you get on.
Yeah.
Will you marry her, do you think?
I don't think marriage is on the cards for the situation that we're in. I think I would.
You never know, polygamy might be legalised.
No, I don't. I don't think. I would. I don't think we will.
Oh well.
And I'm not even sure I believe in the construct of marriage at this point in time, but I still would.
Hmm.
Like if she felt like she wanted that commitment, then yeah, I would go for it.
I still
Hands
haven't
down.
met her.
Yeah, do it. Let's do the damn thing.
Is she nice?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Of course, I think so. But I'm not sure she wants to meet.
Why not? I'm charming.
Well, as much as you are, and I think she is somewhat soured by the fallout,
Oh, that.
and I can understand that. I don't necessarily think that it's valid now because situations have considerably changed.
Hmm.
But it's just the way it is.
Oh well.
And I know that you're losing out on that. But
So
look,
she.
I mean, there'll
So
be
she
some people
doesn't like me.
she doesn't know you to not like you,
She
but I
doesn't
don't
like
think
me.
I think she has a she hasn't met your mum yet either. So it's not like you're missing out. Well, I mean you are missing out, but you're not. It's not like you're the only one who's missing out.
Your girlfriend doesn't like me.
She doesn't like the idea of me mum either.
I'm wounded. I am wounded.
Well, I mean, do you always like you, Ben?
Yeah. These days, I
Oh,
think I'm great.
really?
Yeah, I got over all that self-hate stuff. I'm the fucking bomb. If
So
anything, it's gone too far the other way.
it's funny. Next week at work, I'm covering for one of the managers
Yeah.
who is on holiday for a week, and that involves doing a lot of bank stuff,
Oh.
like company-wide, top level
You
responsibility.
sure you can manage that? You're only an assistant accountant after all.
I've been covering it for years.
Oh.
I'm almost as good at it as she is. If
Hmm.
there's a problem, sometimes she'll ask me to help fix it because she knows that I know. If anyone else knows the info, like there are three people who know the situation with the bank perfectly. They are her, who does it all the time,
Yeah.
me, who only does it when I cover, and the FD, who is the person she sends the information off to. Between the three of us, we know everything there is to possibly know about the bank and how to deal with it.
Hmm.
Simple as that. I'm covering it next week.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, if there's any problems, there shouldn't be, but if there's any problems, give me a call, and because I'm only at home anyway. Blah, 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 blah. And my immediate reaction to her was, it's going to be fine, because I'm amazing, there's not going to be a problem. And she just laughed.
Yeah.
But no, genuinely, I'm the go-to guy for bank problems. Any bank problem at work, I'm the guy that people talk to, because I'm the guy that knows.
Oh shit! There was a witch right there. I sat on her head.
Kinky.
Oh, well done.
I blocked her off for you.
Thank you. I can't believe that. I jumped over the van and I jumped on her head.
I know, I watched it happen.
No wonder she was annoyed. Hey.
Don't shoot him down! This is why we can't have nice
Fuck
helicopters.
you, we're all dying together. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm running pretty low on ammo.
Yeah, I've only got 150 shots.
Oh, that's alright. There's a thing here.
God save... Oh no, wrong one. Hang on. My country, 'tis a free, sweet land of liberty, of me I sing. Is that part of an American song?
It might be Canada.
No, that's Oh Canada, oh Canada, that green and pleasant land.
Our national anthem is shit. There, I said it. It's a terrible now. Do you not think "God Save the King" is a terrible national anthem?
I'll be honest with you, I've not really heard God Save the King recently.
All right. Well, you know "God Save the Queen."
It's that, but with King.
Yeah.
I understand the concept of the song. I've not really heard it anywhere.
Right. Well, I mean, you can imagine what it sounds like,
Have
right?
you? What's your melee weapon?
Samurai sword.
Okay,
But
so there's one over here. You see, so I was gonna.
all right. But yeah, it's shit. Do you not think it's shit? Do you not
Oh, I think it's absolutely shit. But I'm not a big fan of it. I'm part of the 75% of young people, if I'm still in that criteria age-wise, that don't give a shit about the coronation coming up.
No, I don't.
And I'll be honest with you, in the grand scheme of things, it turns out like about 60% of people don't really give a shit.
time, the tides they are changing. Is that what the song is? The times.
The times
Times.
they are changing.
Yes.
All right, Bob Dylan.
I'll tell you what it should be. It should be Jerusalem.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I did Green and Pleasant Land,
Because
because I
every
don't actually know the Canada song, but it sort of fit.
well, everybody agrees with the message of Jerusalem. If you're a Tory, it sounds like, well, Tory-ish. It was used in the Labour 1945 campaign, and it promises a land of, a new Jerusalem. It depends on what your interpretation of a new Jerusalem means, doesn't it? Really?
Don't ask. I forgot his name. Jeremy Corbyn. He's got issues with Jerusalem.
No, that's Israel.
They're all Jewish, aren't they?
Well, it's not Jews he has a problem with.
I don't know.
No, he's not an anti-Semite. He's not an anti-Semite at all. He just
But
has.
he's got friends that are anti-Semites.
No, he has. It's an Israel thing.
Who hasn't got friends that are anti-Semites?
Well, if you think disliking Israel makes you an anti-Semite, you have a friend who is an anti-Semite, and it's me.
I'll be honest with you. I take issue with Israel as well and their treatment of Palestine. And now we're going to get cancelled, but it's fine because we're on the right side of the law. International law.
Right side of history.
Trouble is, Israel are fucking supported by America, aren't they? So there's nothing you can do about it. God forbid you want to live in your home that you've lived in for centuries.
It must be terribly difficult being Jewish, to be honest. Like, imagine knowing that you belong to the most persecuted group in human history, and within living memory there was an attempt to wipe you off the face of the earth that was very nearly successful, and that there are many who would love to do it again. Like, you know how easily it can happen. Like, David Baddiel has, on Taskmaster, he sort of alluded to the fact that he did genuinely have fears about a second Holocaust when he was a kid.
Well, you would.
So I don't
He's released a new book. Can't remember what it's about.
Oh, Jewish
but
stuff.
We were talking about it on the radio today.
Like, I don't blame. I think it's perfectly reasonable that the Jewish people want a home of their own. You know,
yes,
a place where they can feel safe and secure.
But they don't get to be dicks to Palestine about it.
I can't help but think it's sort of a do unto others before they do unto you sort of thing.
I'm not sure that's how that goes. That's backwards way we came.
Like, we will never allow this to happen again. We're not going to be pushed around anymore.
We're not gonna take it.
Yeah, we've seen how quickly things can get bad, especially with us.
Yeah.
And we're not going to give you the opportunity.
Who do you think the next big religious, next massively persecuted group is going to end up being?
People who fuck robots.
I think they're already.
Or robots. I think it's going to be robots. I think, in 100 years' time, we'll have made a decent amount of progress with most of the civil rights issues we've got. To the extent it won't be solved, but we'll have made progress. And robots will have AI.
We've already got AI.
Like proper, fully functioning AI that isn't,
I've seen some of the stuff that this Chat GPT or whatever it's called is supposedly coming out with, and it looks pretty fucking.
It does, but it's pretty basic. Oh, there's a ladder.
I didn't see the ladder until.
But yeah, that's going to happen. Robot rights.
Yeah, and then we'll be living in that Detroit game.
And we'll end up accidentally using slurs, like you can't say robot anymore.
Oh, you've just reminded me of iRobot, and by extension, you've reminded me of that other scene from the latest Mandalorian. There's a bit where he's trying to work out which robot is the bad robot. So what he does is he starts kicking the robots as they're walking past him, and one of them just fucking straight up backhands him, and he goes flying. And it is literally like that scene in iRobot, where he's shooting them, and then he's having to chase the fucking thing. Hang on, there's an explosion there.
Okay, well you have trapped us slightly.
Oh no, do it again, motherfucker. Come on, motherfuckers! Come on,
Yeah, I
motherfuckers!
think
Come
that'll be the
on!
thing. We'll be two elderly people who are being cancelled for saying robot. And
It's an old,
it's
it's an
probably
old Czechoslovakian word.
yes, it is. But it means slave.
Yeah.
I mean, if it came to that, people say, "Oh, okay,
Oh,
grandpa."
help! Help! I'm being hanged.
Say, "Okay, grandpa," but you probably shouldn't be saying robot anymore. They don't really like it. It's got connotations. I would go along with that.
I call the Alexa the robot in when I'm talking about her in the third person.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do
But
it now.
no. I'm talking. I'm giving you a. I'm talking there about.
Sorry. Okay, go on.
I, I refer to her as a robot. I also refer to her as her, and I say please and thank you.
Just in case.
So, well, yeah, it doesn't hurt, does it?
No.
Manners are cheap. What you know?
But yeah, I would go along with that. I wouldn't be one of those arseholes who go, "Oh, well, it was all right in 2020 when Jordan was trying to hit on his Alexa."
No, I don't. No, not since the incident.
Not since he told you politely but firmly to stop.
Unfortunately, I'm no longer able to accept your sexual advances, Jordan. Please put it away.
Seaman,
I
Seaman,
didn't even know you had eyes.
Seaman voids the warranty.
Probably does, to be fair.
Mm.
No, I don't think I would have a sex robot. I much prefer the idea of having sex with an actual human being. And if there comes a point where they are indistinguishable, fine. Then I would be willing to give that a go.
Would you fuck an alien?
Okay, just an
In
alien
principle,
in general.
in principle.
An alien in general, or an alien as in from Alien.
Alien in general.
Probably. If it wasn't gonna kill me, like if I don't fuck it, it will kill me way, but if the act of it won't
It
kill
will,
me,
yeah, if it will
might as well.
kill after sex, whatever.
Like if it turns out that its equivalent of a pussy is deadly poisonous to a human being, not happening.
Hmm.
If it's a matter of it's basically like having normal sex, but things that you put stuff in different places, so be it.
Well, it could be far more.
And I would be willing
evocative.
to get broke.
It could be better. There could be
I
a whole load
I
of
am
pheromones and stuff that make you hallucinate wildly. It could be like taking drugs as well.
I am maybe not famous for it, but I'm well known in my social circle for being particularly slow to orgasm.
Uh,
And well, I guess that is the noise that I make. I'm surprised you managed it just from me saying that then, but okay. Um, and so it's very possible that all I need is alien sex. Human sex maybe isn't the way it works.
mm.
So maybe I need alien sex. But I do enjoy human sex.
Yes,
Good old fashioned human fucking.
I think I did too, but I can't really remember. It's been a while.
We need to find you a person.
Hmm.
Well, I'd say we need to find you a person. If you want to have sex, you're going to have to find a person.
Yeah.
Find the generator, Crank. This is right up your street. Crank it, man.
Oh God,
There's a thing over here. Lit
there's
up.
stuff over here as well. Oh, we've got to open all these fucking boxes to have a look in there to see if no.
I'm opening one. Wasn't this one? There's one around the side here.
Got it.
Cool. Do you have a preferred sexual partner? Like, not. I don't want to go too much details, but like, do you have a type? Do you think?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
I
What are
don't-
we looking for now? Oh, we've got to turn this fucking.
I don't like them skinny.
You're not.
No.
You like them thick.
I
Thick
might.
with two C's, not thick as in stupid.
I may.
I worry that amount of my size, not girth, just like my body size,
Yeah,
would probably break a scrawny woman.
probably.
I don't want to give.
Well,
I don't want to
no,
break her back
she
in a
was-
literal sense.
Well,
You know.
no, yeah. I mean, overweight men and skinny women, skinnier women. The skinnier woman just goes on top. That's like a common thing. You just ruled out that position because
Well,
you
say
would
that, but
suffocate them with your.
I am much better on
chub.
top. Oh, that was perfect. I threw a Molotov. It missed, but it bounced down just as the tank bounced down, and so they both dealt with each other. That was perfect. I couldn't have planned that any better than it went. I've been really on the money with.
Okay,
Molotov.
Jesus, we get it. You're great. Fucking hell. You can keep banging
Oh,
on.
would you rather we go back to your sex life?
Hmm.
Okay, so consider what's going on here, Ben.
What?
Either we praise my Molotov skills or we talk about your sex life.
Well, we've done one.
Okay.
I'm praising your Molotov skills for ages, and I'd rather not discuss the other too much.
Oh, I'm not going to go into. I'm not going to name anyone other than you. You are quite a crucial part to your sex life, of course.
Well,
We go over mine quite a lot, but I'm quite open about it. Too open, some would say.
don't have much to say. But,
Well, pick chicks.
is
Good to know.
your current partner your favourite partner that you've had?
Yes, I think so.
In terms
Now,
of
I've not had many. I've not had many partners in that sense. You know, I've not known many partners. If you
you've
want
not had
to
intimate
get biblical
carnal
about it.
knowledge. No.
But I honestly, I think she's my favourite.
Well,
No,
that's
I don't even think. I know she's my favourite.
good.
She's,
What?
she's much more responsive than the previous one.
I'm glad you said that. I was worrying if I said that you'd say, "What are you talking about?"
No, I know exactly.
No, you know
Yeah.
what I'm. Yes.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I feel like that's a fair comment to
No,
make.
that is absolutely a fair comment to make. There wasn't. I mean, she enjoyed it, but she wasn't.
Right. Okay, viewer, Keith. I hope his name is Keith. I really do. Keith, just for reference, if you haven't already picked this up,
Ah,
Ben and I have shared a lover at one point.
yeah.
Not together, not at the same time. We didn't,
No.
there was no freeway situation going on. No one got pyramided or Eiffel Towered or whatever the term is these days. But
Oh, God, help
we
me.
ran away. We ran away.
Where have you gone?
We went through the gate that opened. On your right.
Come on.
I'm a long way away and I'm using a shotgun, so I'm not gonna.
Well, I'm gonna heal. Is the escape thing here?
I don't know. It opened up, so we've gone this way.
All right. Well, continue your train of thought.
Yeah, we have shared a lover, not at the same time, but we've shared a lover. And so when we are referring to this previous partner of mine, we are referring to that person
Yes.
of whom we have both fucked. And I've got a kid with her. So we know it worked.
Yeah. Well, I heard.
To be fair, I shouldn't criticize too much, really, because A, it's rude, but she has achieved something no one else has ever achieved.
What?
Well, I've only ever actually had one orgasm because of someone else's effort.
Was that one? Well, I mean, obviously that was one that conceived your child, presumably.
No. I mean, I trust me, I put the work in.
Yeah, I know. I heard. She told me.
Out of all the people, out of basically every sexual experience I had with her, I was doing all the work, which is fine
Yeah.
because I'm good at it, right? I'm not blowing my hand of it. I am actually good at it. But there's only been one time where I've had an orgasm that I didn't give myself, either by handing or doing the jerking, and she's the one who gave it to me. So I shouldn't criticize her too much because no one else has fucking managed that.
Well, not even your current.
Nope, not yet.
Huh.
And she's very upset about it. I probably shouldn't have said anything. But no one else is watching this shit.
You just watch. In 20 years, this will be the third most popular channel on YouTube.
She tries, but it's at that point now where it's been built up to such a big thing that it scares her that she's going to fuck it up. And it won't be worth it. And I don't blame her. That is something that, I mean, to me, it'll be worth it just because it's such a massive achievement, right?
Well,
It's worth it in itself. But I understand her apprehension. It's not like I say, you must make me come, bitch.
I don't think that
it's
should
not.
be a fixed end goal.
No,
I don't
absolutely.
think it matters.
We were talking about it last night, actually. And I was like, that it shouldn't be the be all and end all. It's great. It should be something that we want, but it's not. It's not what we should be aiming for. It's just to be a helpful side point in our sex life.
It's not a personal comment. It's you know, I don't know what it is, but it's something that's out. No,
I would love for us to be able to make it happen, but I'm not going to get shitty if it doesn't. Like I say, only happened once. So anyway, thank you, Keith, for listening, and I hope you all have a lovely time. Adios.
Bye.